Charles Swann Roberts was a wargame designer, railroad historian, and businessman. He is renowned as the father of board wargaming, having created the first modern wargame in 1952, and the first wargaming company in 1954. He is also the author of a series of books on railroad history, published by the small publishing firm, Father of Roberts and Company, Inc. As a wargame designer, Charles S. Roberts created the first board wargame for the mass market, Tactics, in an apartment in Catonsville, Maryland in 1952. In 1954, out of a garage in Avalon, Maryland, he began selling it via mail order as the Avalon Game Company, and Roberts formed Avalon Hill in 1958 to publish Tactics 2, the newest incarnation of his wargame. Tactics 2 improved on the basic game design of his earlier effort, and formed the genesis for the concept of the combat results table. In 1958 he published Gettysburg, considered to be the first board wargame based upon an actual historical battle, with subsequent versions in 1961 and 1964. Hard hit by a recession, Roberts turned over Avalon Hill to one of his creditors, Eric of Monarch Services, in December 1963. Tom Shaw, an old friend of Roberts and the only person to stay on from the original company, oversaw the company's successful period from 1963 to 1982. Starting in 1988, Roberts' name was given to the Charles S. Roberts Awards, given for excellence in the historical wargaming hobby. In 1999, Pyramid magazine named Charles S. Roberts as one of the millennium's most influential persons, at least in the realm of adventure gaming, as a railroad historian. Following the sale of his wargame company, Avalon Hill, Charles Roberts held various positions in the publishing industry. In 1973, he founded a small press, Father of Roberts and Company, which he has described as publishing to the Catholic market, even though Roberts himself is non-Catholic. Over time, the company's emphasis shifted away from religious publications and toward railroad history. Roberts took pride in coming from a long line of railroaders. One of his great-great-uncles was Thomas Swann, president of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad from 1848 to 1853. Roberts' father and grandfather had long careers with the Baltimore and Ohio. In one of his books, Roberts reminisced about childhood trips with his father to observe the operations of the Pennsylvania Railroad, of which Roberts had always been an enthusiast. The firm of Father of Roberts and Company published numerous books about railroad history, many written by Charles Roberts himself. Earlier volumes focused on the Baltimore and Ohio, and later books documented the Pennsylvania Railroad. The first in this series was Triumph I, Altoona to Pitcairn, 1846 to 1996, and the last was Triumph IX, Salt Sea to Bays, Valleys, Dells, and Firestorms, 1927 to 2007. In Triumph IX, Roberts includes reminiscences about his life and movingly pays tribute to his late first wife, Patricia.